Hello? Hello, friend. Come with me.
Hello friends, my name is Honeylamb. Would you like to join me on a potion brewing adventure? In the spirit of the Valentine season, for this week's episode, I will be teaching you how to make your own angel wing potion. This recipe is one of the oldest and trusted brews for curing all sorts of ailments from sleepless nights to aching souls. The soothing base of goat milk and swamp water helps the flavors of the potion, but it generally isn't the greatest tasting thing, to be honest. But it's usually the nasty tasting stuff that works the most. We will be using quite a few ingredients I've collected from my missions here in Hell, so they might be a little hard to find on Earth. But although you might not be able to recreate this for yourself, the mixing and mashing process of this recipe is very therapeutic and powerful, and is known to cause a person to feel better even without ingesting the potion. The angel wing brew was a popular medicinal remedy amongst many people in the 15th and 16th century, but was widely misunderstood by the general public. We will be dividing this recipe into 3 mixtures. The first mixture is called the fiducium tincture.
Hello, my name is Pansy. Here is a list of every ingredient used for each mixture. We will begin with blue bubble syrup. This syrup is the concentrated extract of the blue bubble plant, found growing in the warmer regions of Alpine. Green sea oil, a blend of different minerals and oils found within the green sea. This particular bottle was found inside of a sunken ship. Slime berries. These berries are mutated from the common blueberry, but are known to have a hard outer shell with a squishy, slime-like pulp on the inside. They are very sweet and tangy and filled with immune-boosting vitamins. Tgartha crystal. These are rare crystals found from the caves of Tgartha. They are extremely valuable and sought after for their healing properties. Leg of golem. After years of aging, the flesh of the golem leg has been used historically in recipes for their flavor, as well as their spiritual protective properties. Maca juice. Known for instilling a great sense of power and confidence, this maca juice will make you feel as strong as a giant. Just ignore the marking on the bottle. We bought this juice from a traveling potion seller, so there should be no trace of bleach in this juice.
So we will begin by putting a few Tgartha crystals in our mortar and pestle, and we want to crush them slightly to release their flavor and make them easier to dissolve. Now we will pour in about a cup of blue bubble syrup. This syrup will add an intense blue color to the finished potion, as well as infusing it with the natural medicinal properties of the blue bubble plant. Now we need to focus on our leg of golem. This golem leg has been dry aging for a total of 8 years in this box. After about 4 years of aging, a golden mold will begin growing on the outer crevices of the leg. Carefully slice a few chunks of the leg with a sharp knife. Try to avoid the bone on the inside because it will dull your knife. Now collect about 3 chunks of golem flesh and add them to the mixing bowl. I was gifted this golem leg from a good friend of mine a very long time ago. After his unfortunate passing, his magical assistant, or his golem, was starting to lose their life force. So in his honor, I stayed with the golem until their very last days. Their spirit lasted about 3 more nights in a confused, anxious state of mind. I didn't know how to calm them down until I discovered that reading books from my friend's library was the key to having the golem remain calm. The golem's life force dimmed as the days went on, and eventually he crumbled away only until his right leg remained. This made me wonder though, maybe my friend regularly read stories to his golem assistant as a way to pass the time. Now we need some slime berries. Slime berries are very popular in the underworld as they are the sweeter cousin of the blueberry. They have a hard outer shell that is equally as medicinal as the slimy inner fruit. While they are equally as loved as their living earthly cousins, they definitely do not grow in the same growing conditions. Slime berries can only be found growing within the rather boggy and sad parts of the 100-acre realm. While they are a delicacy in the underworld, they have a very short lifespan and can spoil overnight. Now we want to add our crushed slime berries to the mixture and combine. Next we want to add a few splashes of green sea oil. This oil was discovered on our recent trip to the Bermuda Triangle. While deep sea diving, we discovered a sunken ship filled with many exotic ingredients. Now we want to add a big splash of muckle juice for extra strength and confidence. UWW fighters are known to drink bottles of muckle juice right before fighting for an added sense of vigor and inhuman strength. While the color of this potion might seem unappealing, it has a milky coffee-like flavor that can be sweetened with added sugar. Now we mix everything together. At this stage of the mixing process, it is important to think of your goal in mind and speak it into the mixing bowl. The mixture will absorb your energy and transfer it into the final product. Now we want to strain this liquid to get rid of any big chunks. Now that we have a smooth liquid, we are ready to pour it into a bottle. We did it! We have 1 out of 3 potions completed. What will be our next mixture? Our next mixture will be the Marantibus slush. This is a 2-part mixture of powder sauce and Marantibus dust that, when combined at exactly the right time, will transform into Marantibus slush. This recipe dates back to ancient Greece during the 5th century BCE. It was usually prepared during the winter season for its ability to warm the body from the inside out.
Marantibus dust. This powdery substance, when activated with the correct mixture, will transform into a fluffy powder that can be added to potions for a boost of creativity and imagination. Unicorn blood. The blood of a unicorn can be used for many magical purposes, from necromancy to love potions. Be sure to use sparingly, because it is extremely rare and hard to find. Mashed pickle poo. This ingredient is a mash of the pickle poo plant found growing in the southern hemisphere of Oz. It is famous for its tart flavor, as well as its ability to clear the mind of fears. Baby Demon Formula. This is a powdered form of demon milk used for demonic infants from ages 1 to 3. This formula provides a sense of calm and relaxation. Begonia leaves. Begonia leaves are a spiritual spice included in most underworld potions. It comes from the Begonia plant, which is known to heighten the magical potency of whatever potion you include them in. Bottle of Sunshine. This bottle contains an extract of pure sunlight, passed through several ancient transformation methods in order to change the light into liquid. Essence of Wisp. This ingredient is the liquefied remains of multiple will-o-wisp lights that were collected before they extinguished. And it will be everything we need for this recipe.
To begin, we want to add 3 tablespoons of baby demon formula to our mixing bowl. This formula appears light pink in its original dry form, but combined with liquid, it turns a deep blood red. Now we want to add a few globs of pickle poo. Pickle poo is a semi-rare fruiting plant found in the southern hemisphere of Oz. It has pickle-like leaves with squishy pulp on the inside. When these leaves are collected and mashed together, they become mashed pickle poo. We are including them in this mixture for its ability to shed fears, as well as its tart flavor. Now we want to add a cup of unicorn blood. This will deepen the flavor and enrich the magic of the potion. Now we need to add a large splash of liquid sunshine. This will make the potion very bright and bubbly. Liquid sunshine gives an immediate boost of happiness and energy, but must be used carefully. There are stories of people drinking so much liquid sunshine that their bodies can't contain the energy, and they begin to lift off the ground, until eventually exploding into a new sun in their galaxy. This reminds me of a very thrilling tale from goblin folklore. About a goblin king and a goblin princess named Gloria the Bright and Gregory the Stinky. After the collapse of the sun in the Goblin realm in the 12th century CBD, the land was left in complete darkness. The selfish King Gregory the Stinky saw this as an opportunity to begin selling lanterns to every goblin in the kingdom. Knowing very well that he had a bottle of sunshine in his possession, the king only cared about the princess and would buy endless luxuries for her as a way to show his love. She very much now you want to add 2 cups of essence of wisp to the mixture. She very much enjoyed her presence at the beginning, but once she grew older and started learning about the state of the kingdom, her thoughts about her father changed. The princess could not ignore the pain in her kingdom, and she would enjoy her luxuries with a dissolving smile. Oh yes, now we want to mix vigorously with a wisp to get a foam on top. She begged and pleaded with the king to buy a new sun, but the king only responded with more luxuries and lies and sales of his lanterns. Until one day, out of spite of the king's neglect, she discovered the bottle of sunshine and drank it entirely. She drinks the bottle entirely and transforms into a massive bright sun. Gloria was praised for bringing back the life to the Goblin Kingdom and ruining the reign of the Goblin King. King Gregory was banished from the kingdom when the public found out about his secret and was since named Stinky for his selfish morals. He was also quite stinky. Now we want to focus on our intention for this potion and focus it onto the begonia leaf. Then burn the leaf and add it to the mixture. Now we've almost finished with the recipe. We just need to bottle this powder sauce and then add it to our jar of marantibus dust. You can see some of the dust growing if you look very closely. You can give it a stir if it needs some help as well. The end consistency should be like wet sand. We did it! We have 2 out of 3 potions completed. What will be our next mixture? Our next mixture will be the Dagosta potion. This potion is well loved by many witches and magicians who are first beginning their magical journey. It is relatively easy to make, so that is why it is so popular. If all done correctly, this potion should enhance all magical abilities by the hundreds. This potion is regularly made to treat the injured or sick.
Pearls of snoot. Inside of this metal tin are small, shiny pearls from the snoot, a newt-like creature that lives in riverbeds. We have to keep them in this snoot slush in order to maintain their hydration. Snoot pearls can be very hard to come by, but are enjoyed for their wish-granting abilities. Stingcap mushrooms. These mushrooms are filled with a jelly-like substance that is commonly used in ointments and medicines for its healing abilities. While the outside of the mushroom has a hard outer shell, the bright blue insides can be very squishy. All parts of this fungi are edible. Oil of Phoenix. A powerful concoction of phoenix ashes, combined with a carrier oil for easier mixing. Broken pixie wings. A collection of pixie wings that we found out during our rescue missions. Pixie wing molting season is January-February, so it is most common to find them during that time. Moon syrup. This is a bottle of moon syrup collected from a syrup storm. Syrup storms form when the moon begins to secrete so much purple syrup that it begins to rain syrup on the land. This usually happens only once a year, and people leave out many bowls and vessels to collect as much moon syrup as they can. Positive potion. This potion lets you see the most positive outcome in any situation. It will bring clarity to your thoughts as well as help guide your decision making. Bottle of Gook. Honeylambs literally stole this potion from Gargamel's castle in the Smurf realm, so I am not sure what it does, but it tastes like blueberries. And it will be everything we need for this recipe.
To begin, we will need to add 3 stingcap mushrooms to a measuring cup. This one has a special slicing attachment on the lid. Then we will need to add 3 pixie wings for good luck. Now we need to smash everything together. I recommend using a different method of smashing because the slime inside of the mushrooms got a bit stuck in the blades, but it still did the job. Pixie wings are one of the most purest substances in all of hell. They cancel out any negativity and are only used in recipes for very special occasions. Next, we need to dump our mixture into a larger mixing bowl so we can add the rest of the ingredients. The first thing we are going to add is the oil of phoenix. This oil is comprised of multiple phoenix ashes that I have come upon during my rescue missions. This oil also includes remnants of cinnamon, sage, and myrrh, but I think it adds to the flavor. It is also known to lengthen the lifespan of any living being that drinks it. Phoenix oil has been commonly used to rapidly heal any injury on a living being. There are even some cases of phoenix oil being used to raise the dead. Next, we will need to add 2 cups of moon syrup. This moon syrup was gifted to me by my friend Goose, who lives in the Dante realm. He owns a very large property with a lake on it, and it was recently overflowed with moon syrup during the latest syrup storm. He placed out several bowls and pots to capture the syrup, but the lake was the one who caught the most. Now we need to pour in some of the mystery gook that I stole from Gargamel's lair. The Smurf realm is one of my favorite places to hang out in, and I just so happened to stumble across his castle, and it seemed abandoned. Not sure what it is that happened over there, but I took as many potion bottles as I could from his lair. I believe this potion will turn your skin blue and green, but I might be confusing it with another one. Or maybe it was pink and red? I'm not sure. I guess we'll see. Now we want to drizzle some of the positive potion onto the mixture. This potion is comprised of crushed verula root and multiple nebula sauces, all blended together and filtered into a smooth, silky liquid. Reminds me of a story I once heard of a small village in the Kunlun mountain range that had a very miraculous thing occur. A young magician was said to be practicing his potion brewing along the bank of a river when his cauldron mysteriously tipped onto the side. This potion fell into the river and infected the stream that ran through the village. Suddenly, from below the cobbled roads, corpses began to spring to life. They rose from the ground, patted themselves dry, and began doing a strange little dance. Most villagers were in a state of panic as the corpses began moving, all but the young magician who spilled the potion. He knew what he had to do, so he grabbed his fiddle and sprinted towards the village, and thus created the greatest zombie dance party in all of human history. How many pearls of snoot can we find? Let's take a look here. I think I see one here. It's definitely one. Gotta scoop it out. This is our first one. Now let's see. I think there might be some other ones down here. Oh, here's 2. So now we have 3. We gotta pick them out. Now we got a few more. Oh, I see one over here. Let's try to get this guy. And we'll do this one too. Now we need to wash off the newt slush, so I'm rinsing them in some water. Each pearl is filled with a dark liquid that, when left to grow in its natural habitat, coagulates into a baby snoot, or otherwise known as a sneet. So now I'm going to add a few extra pearls that I have from my collection to the mortar and pestle, and we will begin popping the pearls to extract all the liquid. It is said that if you eat a single pearl of snoot, your biggest wish will come true. Since we are using the juice of several pearls, we will be making very potent stuff. But the flavor is quite bland. Since the natural habitat of the snoot are riverbanks and bogs, it is quite slimy and tastes like salty lake water and egg yolks. And now we combine. I wonder what the home of a snoot looks like. I can imagine a kind of muddy burrow with tiny little windows that look out into the river. Snoot comes home from the end of the day of swimming along the river, looking for algae to eat. And of course he has to be wearing a little hat and tie, and he takes off his hat when he comes in his burrow and hangs it on a wall on a little mini hook he made of a twig. And then he sits on his mud sofa and reads a tiny book made of 2 little clamshells. And then he says, "Oh, what a lovely day to be a snoot." Now we want to scoop some of this magical liquid and carefully pour it into a small potion bottle. I saved the rest of this mixture for future potions. Carefully pour it into your bottle for future use. We did it! We have 3 out of 3 potions completed. Now it's time to mix them all together. First off is the fiducium tincture. We need about 5 tablespoons, but I just sort of eyeballed it. Next is the Dragosta potion. We need a few drops, maybe 5 or 6. And finally, we need to sprinkle a bit of the Marantibus slush. And now we just need to say the following magical phrase. Repeat after me. Angel wings and pixie dust, a guide for me that I can trust. I lend to you an open hand to guide me to another land. Good job! Now let's see who our guide will be. You never know who can show up. Oh, it looks like the spirit of a friendly sea lion. Oh, hello, friend. You're very handsome. Thank you for being our guide in this potion. Wow, we're finally finished. The potion is ready.
I'm so excited. Yes, me too. Oh, okay. Not that bad. Ugh, that was horrible. You hear half bad. Oh wow, I feel amazing. Me too.
Introducing limited edition Valentine Tummy Tum. He has pink and red fur with angel wings on their back.
Okay, my turn. I can't wait. Oh, Oh my goodness. I feel fantastic.
Introducing limited edition Valentine Clarice. She has pink and red fur with angel wings on her back.
Okay, I don't see the good hang of my legs yet, so please bear with me. Here we go. Huan. Moving is difficult. Let me try again. Okay, 3rd time is the charm. Here we go. Oh, wait. This isn't that bad. It's actually quite peaceful. I feel like like I am flying through the air.
Can you see anything, Pansy?
I think I can see some birds and clouds. It's very cloudy though. I can feel an immense sense of love overwhelming my tiny plush body. My heart is bursting at the seams. I wish I could hug and meet everybody who is seeing this now unfold on your screen. But I'll leave you a message from the warmth of my heart. The tenuous bit is far more apart. That high tomorrow for all of the land will be coming in sooner than I ever did plan.
Here we go again with the poems. Let her
Let
say
me
the
be
Tommy,
poems.
don't be like that.
Let
I
me be
love you,
emotional.
Pansy.
I just wanted to
Like
instill a
if it
bit of
comes
hope.
from
You
the
know,
heart, then.
they are in the middle of a global pandemic.
Okay, sorry, haha.
Introducing limited edition Valentine Pansy. She has cream and white fur, with angel wings on her back.
Hey guys, how about we go outside and have some tea?
Yes.
Yes,
That sounds
yes,
like
yes,
a good
sounds
idea.
That's so fun.
Okay, let's go. Don't forget to say goodnight.
Bye, have a good night.
Bye-bye. Thanks so much for watching.